Good afternoon, Lincoln. Mitzi Cruz here, host of Lincoln Live, the show that is all about you. And today we are excited to be here live with Principal Reno Penders. And thank you so much for joining us today.
You're more than welcome. Thanks for being here.
And Principal Penders, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I live here in Lincoln. This is my third year being a principal here at Creekside, fourth year in the district. I taught for 15 years in Roseville and South Sac. Just love being here in Lincoln.
And so tell us about all of the cool things that are going on here at the Creekside Oaks Elementary School and the playground project that you guys are working on now.
Well, first, just at our school, I just want to send a shout out to all the teachers. We have an amazing staff here with teachers and staff. They literally give their heart each and every day to our teachers, to our students, and they deserve all the credit for anything we're going to talk about today. They're an amazing group, and just want to shout out to them. They do tons of stuff, like they volunteer all the time. We do, and I'm going to forget stuff, I apologize, but we have a dance club, we have choir club, we have a coding club, we have our after-school homework clubs, we have Lego clubs. They go on, and I'm forgetting a bunch, but dance club, etc. They do amazing things for kids here. So that's kind of the big thing about Creekside. Specifically here for today is we are building what's called the Kaboom Play Matters. We got a grant to build a community build playground. So it's pretty exciting to get our school going, and our playground was pretty beat up and pretty old, so it's going to be awesome for the kids in the community.
So what kind of prompted you guys as a whole to, look at the playground and say, it's probably time for us to do something?
Well, just in general on our campus, we have, again, teachers and staff that are very motivated, and we're always looking for ways to improve the campus. And so that was one of the things on our radar, and we got connected with a company named Assuria, who works with some of our teachers for their retirement. And they had some connections with Kaboom and Foresters, and they said, hey, there's this grant out here that can get you guys a playground possibly. So if you're interested, come talk to us. And the ball started rolling from there. So.
Yeah, and now on this end of things, it sounds like everything was extremely streamlined, right? It was just, you saw a need, and then you made a couple calls, and then bam, the magic happened. But really, that's not how it worked, right?
No, that's not life, right? But no.
Yeah, so there was a lot of time and effort that went into not only making the right connections, but also being able to present your point to the right people so that this could all happen, right?
Yeah, so kind of how that played out is once we kind of knew about the grant, I researched it more, I talked to the right people. We did all the physical application, which was taking pictures and getting everything set up, which took a lot of time. And then from there, we had to go through interviews. So I'll throw a shout out to some of the people that really helped me in the interviews, and that was Mr. Middleton, Mandy Nielsen, Amy Ridgway, Carrie Callahan, Stan Brandell, and Audrey Kilpatrick. And hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody because that was last year. And we had to go through interviews and talk about what we're willing to do and could do to even qualify for the grant. So it was actually a bunch of steps to get the grant. There was paper screens, there was interviews, and then we got down to us and a couple other sites, and then we were the site that was chosen. And
so that sounds like a really extreme vetting process. What's kind of the reach of the grant? Like how many schools were kind of competing for the same grant, do you know?
I'm going to be honest, I don't know, but I know it's a national thing. It's not local.
Wow.
So they do these all over across the United States. So I don't know how many schools were. And it's not just schools, it's a community build, so it could just be a community that just has a need for play. It doesn't have to be a school. So it was open to everybody. I don't know how many people applied.
Sure.
Sorry.
Well, no, that's awesome, though. Just listening to the amount of effort that went into it on the part of several different people. And I know my children, when we started at in the Western Placer Unified School District, I lived right down the road from here, so my children actually started school here. So do you know how long has Creekside Oaks even been here? And
Creekside Oaks, and hopefully I don't get this date wrong, but it should be 1994 it was built, I believe. So if you do, I guess that would be whatever years, can't on top of my head right now.
Like 24? Or?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, okay.
So the playgrounds, everything was original when the school's built, so we're updating now from the original build. So
got it. So tell us about this playground. I want to hear more.
So the playground itself, again, it's a community build. So how it worked out is a bunch of people, again, volunteering. We met in July, and when we met in July, we brought in a bunch of kids. I think there was 30 or 40 kids, and I'll grab this. Sorry. And these are just random here if you can see it. So how it works is the kids got to design like their dream playground was where this all begins, and so they design it, and then from there we look for themes because we can't obviously build anything. So once we had the themes, we were trying to incorporate as many pieces as the kids kind of wanted in our actual design. So it starts with kids, they do the actual like kind of blueprint. Sure. And then from there the parents of those kids and some other volunteers met, and we took what the kids wanted, and we had a whole set of different things that we could provide for the kids. So we set up, kind of the dream playground, quote unquote, and then you have to go through legality about what you can and can't have based upon your insurance stuff. So that kind of, brought it down a little bit more. And then from there, we had 3 different playground designs that we could possibly go with. And then all those people that volunteered that summer got a vote on the one they liked the best. And this is the one we went with. So.
Now this is really cool. I see. So there's a zip line here.
No zip line.
Oh, no
That's
zip line.
That's against insurance.
The zip line's on Gavin's design.
Yeah.
Here, so I thought maybe that was.
Yeah, no zip lines.
Yeah. So that's cool. I mean, that's it's awesome that you really incorporated the kids in this, and then also the volunteers. And now I understand that you guys there's going to be a build day. Is that right?
Yes. So coming up on the 15th. Hopefully not the day, 13th, sorry. 15th Monday. Actually it starts on the 11th, so it's a 3-day volunteer thing. So we start on the 11th, and we have all kinds of parent volunteers and community volunteers, and we're pre-cutting everything. So along with the playground, we're actually adding benches and things around the campus just to kind of help the campus out. So we have to pre-cut all the wood on Thursday and Friday, and then on Saturday we have we're guessing 200 to 250 people come. And I think we build it in about 7 hours, which is going to be pretty crazy, but that's how they say we get it done. So we're pretty excited. And it's been a ton of work. There's been lots of volunteers. We meet on a live phone call every Monday, and the stakeholders and the different team leaders talk about, how we're going to feed people, how we're going to get all the tools there, the equipment there, the community outreach, the volunteers. So we've been doing that since the beginning of the school year. So we're ready to build the playground. Yeah. So
are you guys at capacity for volunteers, or if somebody wanted to get involved, how would they go about doing that?
If they want to get involved, just reach out to the school, to Creekside Oaks, and we can get you signed up. There's like a sign up genius that allows you to sign up, and that gets all your clearance and all the fun stuff. So yeah, we're still looking for a few volunteers, particularly on Thursday day, because we have to cut a lot of wood. Okay.
Yeah, we might be able to come up with a link, correct?
Yeah, there's a link, and I could get the link too, but I don't have it in front of me right now. So
yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, and also I wanted to mention too, they've got to be 18 and older, right? No kids?
For the actual volunteering to build, yes, they'd have to be 18 and older. Okay. We do have part of this because the parents are volunteering. There's obviously a place for kids to be here as well. So we have a kid fun zone that the kids get to play out, and they get to paint things and do fun stuff like that too. So
cool.
There's some cool stuff around that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So this show is very interactive, and one thing that we like to do is promote questions, comments, as people are watching. Do we have any comments or questions?
Lots of love. Go Hawks. We've got Teach Them Young. Engineering experience for kids. That's great. Creekside Oaks is the best. And people just saying hi and hello.
Well, and for all of you that are sharing this video while we're live, share it to your news feed, and be sure to comment shared, because that'll enter you into this week's raffle. And this week, I understand we have 2 raffle prizes, right?
Yes.
So we have Lincoln Pizza. We have a Lincoln Pizza gift certificate, and also What the Fudge gift certificate, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and the way I understand it, they're actually feeding all your volunteers.
So they are a part of it. We have a ton of sponsors for that as well.
Oh.
So What the Fudge is doing all of our desserts for the build day. The pizza is donating pizzas for those Thursdays to actually feed our whoever's going to be cutting the wood. And then we actually have quite a few other donations. So we have Rayleigh's, Walmart, and I'm going to forget a bunch. Mountain Mike's Pizza, Assuria, the company, is donating food. Parents have been donating water. Kiwanis was a big donor. They donated money to buy food. And I apologize, I know I'm forgetting a bunch. So there's been a huge community outreach to really help us out on this bill, which has been awesome. So,
well, and I understand, I mean, a project of this magnitude, there really so much goes into it. So it's really impossible to think of all the moving parts. But one question I had for you is there any shortage as far as the grant is concerned? Do you guys still need any funds at all, or is there any need at all other than volunteers?
No, money-wise, we did pretty well. We did a GoFundMe. Thank you, Lana Parr, for setting that up. And we also had Kiwanis to donate food, and these businesses donated food. And then Foresters Financial, who's really the money behind it, they donated huge amounts of money to pay for the playground. So thank you, Foresters. It was awesome that you guys did that.
That is awesome. So, you know what would be cool? So what does Foresters do? Maybe we could give them a little shout out as far as what their business.
So Foresters, and I don't know every ins and out, I apologize, but Foresters provides financial retirement insurance products for people. Like school stuff, we have our 403Bs and our retirement and our insurance and all that stuff. So Forester provides different retirement stuff.
Well, cool. So if anybody's in the market for some financial products, give Forester a call. Maybe they can help you get your financial products set up. And obviously they're giving back to our community, so we love to give to them and help them out as well. Yeah, and Foresters is bringing in, I believe, around 60 to 80 people themselves on top of the donation of the money. So they've been pretty awesome. That's incredible. Yeah. So it's really, we got really lucky to get this grant, and you know, you talk about schools and it takes a village to raise kids, and this is really what it's all about, is getting the community together to do something for the kids. So it's pretty awesome that we got it. So pretty lucky. Yeah, absolutely. And I love the fact that the kids are involved at a level where they're going to feel pride, and you know, you're going to have kids that are really going to, you know, want to continue to do what they can to maintain the playground themselves, based off the fact that they were involved, you know. We do, and we actually continue doing that. So we have a really cool program here that the teachers started, and it's called our Recess Rangers program. And Recess Rangers is where the kids actually, they really kind of run recess. So we have 4th and 5th graders, they go and they actually set up games, they regulate the games, they give out prizes for kids that have been doing well. And they're next week going to set up their whole Recess Rangers around the playground, which is really cool for the kids. So that is awesome. Yeah. So that's, and I'll plug our school one more time. So one of our you know, we're Creekside Oaks Elementary School, our COES, and our motto is Community of Empowered Students. So that's what we're trying to do, is empower students for the rest of their future. So it goes along those lines. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. So any other questions, comments, anything else? How big do you expect the playground to be? Like, how many kids do you expect to be using it? And when we did the grant, we actually kind of ran it, and I apologize, I don't remember the exact number, but in a given time, if you have sports and baseball uses it out there, I mean, we may get, and again, some kids are using it obviously more than once with resets and stuff, but you may get something like, I don't know, 5,000 uses in a week or something like that. It gets pretty big on a busy week. We have 600 and roughly 30 kids here right now, and they will definitely be on it. And it houses, in one time safely, about 70 kids can play on it at once. So that'll be a logistical thing where we're going to have to share the new toy, but it'll be fun for the kids, so we'll figure that out. Do you guys have an open campus on the weekends where people could come and enjoy the playground, or is it? We don't. There's sometimes it's open for sports and stuff, but we had some damage to the whole campus around that, so we actually had to kind of tone down when it's open. But it's open every day, and it's open till about 7 o'clock at night, so people could use it during the weekdays for sure. Oh, good deal. Yeah. That's awesome. Do you have a question, Liz?
Yeah, I do. I had First Street School say that this was something they needed. Is this a grant that they do like yearly applications, or If somebody else wanted to apply, how would they go about that?
So I think they do 2 rounds a year. I know they definitely do at least once, but I think they do 2 rounds a year. So they would go on to kaboom.org, and all the information's on there to try to go down that road. Yeah, you're welcome.
That's awesome. Any other questions, comments? A lot of shares. A lot of people.
So Amy said money also came direct from donations throughout last year from the Creekside Oak parents. So huge shout out to the Creekside Oak parents.
Yeah, she's right. So that's our last year's PTO board. And that was Amy Ridgway and Mandy Nielsen, and they were a big, huge part about this. And we didn't know if we were going to get the grant, so we were using some of our fundraising from last year to make sure we had enough money to get it going this year. So they did an amazing job, and thank you guys if you're watching, and really helped out. And the parents were very generous. They've been really, really generous here, which is awesome. So
yeah, definitely. That's I know I've seen a lot of activity around that on social media and things like that. So yeah, you guys have done a phenomenal job. I mean, good job advocating for the school, for the kids, just really coming together as a community to make this happen. It's really awesome.
It's pretty fun, and like I said, next Saturday we'll have a new playground, which will be pretty crazy, but it'll be good.
Yeah. So what's it look like as far as the demolition process with the existing? Are you going to build right on that same site?
So we did that in August. We took out the old one. It's all demoed. They dug everything out. And Western Plaster's been awesome. They did all that logistical stuff. We had to do soil samples. We had to regrade it. You have to go through all the ADA laws, which, by the way, when we designed it, we had our SDC teacher here, so she was advocating to make sure it has all the access points for all of our kids, which was really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we basically took out the old one, and then this one's expanding. It's actually quite a bit bigger, so that'll be fun.
So what are the kids playing on now in the interim?
Nothing.
Just playing tag and Red Rover like the old days?
Yeah, well, Recess Rangers does a good job, so they have specific games set up. So there's things for them to do, but this will definitely be the fun thing coming out here really quickly, so that'll be fun. The hard part is the concrete has to dry, so once we build it, it actually has to sit for a couple days, and we rope it off, which will be, having a piece of cake there. Nobody can eat it, but but soon after that we'll be playing on it, which will be fun. So yeah.
So you don't expect any of the kids to go carve their initials, or
I hope they don't carve it. Somebody's probably going to play on it, but
right.
Hope they don't carve on it. So
now, is the ground cover, is that going to be all bark?
Yeah, we looked at going to the rubberized mat, and the district didn't want to go that route at this point, so we're going to do the bark and stuff. So it'll be the play bark.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah. So that keeps them safe. It actually, I think it cushions actually a little bit better. It's just you have to maintain it versus the rubberized. So.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because last year, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, last year one of my kids was playing at the playground. There's that park that's right above 12 Bridges. Mm-hmm. And so he was playing on the playground. Another kid pulled off a piece of that bark or rubberized mat deal and threw it at him, and it actually, broke the skin.
That's
so
it
was pretty.
So none of that. We don't want that.
Stick
with the bark.
Awesome.
For sure.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, and it'll be super fun for the kids. They're gonna really, really like playing on it. So that'll be awesome.
So what kind of excitement are you hearing from the kids?
I think it's, there's a buzz going around and they're excited. And next week will be even amped up. So as they start seeing the equipment come in and we start blocking off areas, it's going to really boost the assignment. But I think for most of them, it's just they're just being patient. It's been a while. They're just ready for the playground. So
right.
But they're ready to play. So
that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so beyond excited. I can't wait to see it personally. I know we'd love to get involved and help volunteer, and
please do.
Yeah, definitely. So just one more thing to be proud of in this awesome community.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah. So any more questions, comments? How many people do we have entered into the raffle?
4 right now.
4?
But I show 17, 18 shares.
So we have 17 or 18 shares. So you guys are sharing the video, but nobody's telling us that they shared. So so we want to make sure that we're getting you guys all credit, because we're going to go ahead and do the raffle here pretty soon. but that just means you have great chances if you've shared the video. So what do we have to put the names in? Oh, great.
A cone from the playground.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
And doubles as a witch hat later. That's awesome. So while she's preparing that, so what, with the upcoming holiday, what are you guys going to do for Halloween around here? The kids, do they get to wear their costumes? Or?
So kids dress up in their costumes here, and we have a big parade where they go around the campus, and so they have fun. And then we do something on our campus. So we are the Creekside Oaks Hawks. So we have our Hawk, we call it the Hawk Holiday. Everything's a Hawk something around here. But we have our Hawk Holiday, and our Hawk Holiday is, you find as a school, the kids, certain kids kind of get missed, in all honesty. They're kind of in the middle, they're not. So Hawk Holiday is all about trying to catch those kids that really do good every day. They do amazing things. So we have a school-wide, what's called Hawk Holiday. And what we do is all the teachers across the different campus, they set up different enrichment activities, from a PE-based to painting to art to you name it. And then the kids get to actually pick where they want to go on the campus. And again, it's directed at the kids that haven't got in trouble or anything like that. They're doing really well.
Yeah.
So we call it our Hawk Holiday, and it's basically the last hour, and it'll be on Halloween this year, so it'll be a Halloween theme one. And they get to have a fun last hour of the day, and it's just saying thank you for being here, working hard, and listening to the rules.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's what we're going to do on Halloween.
A lot of schools don't allow the dressing up, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it creates some issues, but one of our things here is obviously we want our academics to be as good as we can possibly be, but in the same breath, like, there's more than just the academics.
Right.
So we're really looking at trying to meet individual kids' needs, and that's what all the clubs are about, all the outreach is about, and this is what this day is about, really helping kids. So giving them something positive to work for. So
well, that's awesome.
That's our Halloween.
That's awesome. Yeah. I know we're super excited about Halloween, and I personally grew up in Sacramento, so I went to school out in South Sacramento, and I know you had some experience with that, and so just growing up in that district and then seeing kind of what we offer that's a little bit different out here, I just feel like because we're in a smaller community, we're kind of able to just offer the kids a little bit, different opportunities for dressing up, things like that maybe a lot of the bigger communities aren't, don't necessarily allow anymore. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd say what's really good about Western Placer is we're striving to have the best academic programs, but it's really also teaching to the whole child.
Yeah.
There's not many districts around that provide music to all the kids, art to all the kids, science to all the kids, and these are by dedicated people that's what they do every day.
Right.
And that you don't find that in all the districts, so it's pretty awesome that they provide that here.
Yeah, I mean, even at Lincoln High School, we've got driver's ed and auto shop and
welding. The
farm.
Welding.
Yeah, the farm. Oh my gosh, I could just talk about that for hours. But it's a really special place to be. That's for sure.
Yeah, and along those lines too, the whole Olay. I don't know if you guys know about that.
Oh yeah.
So the outdoor learning environment out past 12 Bridges is that's just awesome for the kids, and connected with the Indian burial grounds and riparian zones and all the fun stuff they do. So Western Placer is a pretty cool place to be. So we're pretty lucky.
Yeah, so on that note, and I know we're preparing for the raffle.
We had a lot more shares come through.
Oh, yay, awesome.
That's because we're on Good Neighbors right now.
Okay, awesome, yeah. So,
hi, Good Neighbors.
Yeah. So, because of Olay and because of the farm and just a lot of the uniqueness of the Western Placer Unified School District and how they really feed that desire in our kids. My freshman at Lincoln High he wants to be a forest ranger now.
Awesome.
Which is awesome because he wanted to be a comedian for many years. And so now he's, doing something that actually, is going to feed his soul and be easier to get into than, the comedy field. So he can do that on the side is for fun. But anyway, it's just awesome.
Yeah, the Olay, the program, the 6th grade, the middle schools do is a really, really good program for everybody. It's a really cool program.
Yeah.
I got to be part of that for a little bit, and that's pretty fun out there.
Yeah.
And the kids really connect, and there's something about learning in the environment, learning outside that it just makes it different, and it really connects, and that's probably your kids talking about, so
Yep.
it's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Well, and the cool thing with OA is a lot of the high schoolers are also involved as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's beneficial for the high schoolers who are thinking of teaching or being
Right.
involved with studies with children.
And that's something else the district is really, really good at providing. We have our after school tutoring club, which happens on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays right after school. And we have roughly 5 high school students, and they come and they actually tutor the kids, and that's all worked out through the district, and it's an amazing resource for our kids, and it's an opportunity for them. We also have quite a few high schoolers each year that want to become teachers, and they volunteer on campus and they work in the classrooms. We had a bunch in the first grade last year, which is really cool. Yeah, it's just there's different things in this district that other districts, for whatever reason, don't do, and they probably should, because ultimately we're all working here to get these kids to their future, and that means there's a million different ways to get there, and the more opportunities we provide, it's just the better for the kids. So pretty lucky.
Really creating leaders.
Yeah, and it goes back to the empowered students. You're giving them the skills to be successful. So it's pretty cool.
That's right. I love that. So how we doing over there?
Went to 11.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we're just getting ready to do our raffle, and we thank you all for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to open it up. Any more questions, comments, anything you guys are wondering?
Last minute shares.
Yeah, last minute shares. Who's
Lots of
volunteering?
love.
Who's
Lots of
gonna?
love.
Yeah, who's gonna be there next Saturday? No, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
We're providing lunch, breakfast, breakfast burritos in the morning, and that's going to be helped out by El Portal, La Via, and Mi Pueblito. They're all bringing their girls out, helping us figure out doing breakfast burritos. So thank you guys for doing that. Casa Ramos is providing chips and salsa for lunch. Cisco is the other one. Cisco's donating hot dogs and things for lunch. So we got, again, lots of support for this. So there's
This is
food
next
and
Thursday,
water.
yeah?
This is next Saturday.
Oh, next Saturday.
Yeah.
Starting on Thursday.
So starting on Thursday, we'd need some extra help just cutting the wood and getting things ready, and then Saturday's the big build.
Elena Bassett says that she will be there Saturday.
Thank you, Elena.
Awesome. Alina or Elena?
Elena.
Elena. Okay.
Elena's our amazing librarian.
Oh, awesome.
Do you need any more equipment?
We may, I think right now we're still looking for some shovels
Oh,
and some wheelbarrows. So if you could let us
bring
borrow a couple shovels or wheelbarrows, I think that's the last couple things. And maybe a corded drill, not cordless, but actually has a cord. We were having some problems finding those in case the batteries die, I guess. So.
oh, I think my husband might have one. I'll talk to him about
Yeah.
it tonight. And now I know you mentioned you're going to set up some benches around too. Do you guys already have all the benches? Do you need any more?
No, so we have them. So we're actually building the benches too. So this is
Oh.
part of the grant. Part of the money is actually building. That's what we're doing on Thursday, is actually cutting all the wood, pre-cutting it,
Yeah.
and then on Saturday we'll have volunteers and they will be digging holes. Thank you, Far West Rentals, for allowing the whole post hole digger and everything,
Yeah.
and other tools. And we'll dig the holes, put the concrete in, and then get it all put in.
They're coming up on an interview as well, Far West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Far West
I
Rentals.
think next week, actually.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, no, Far West is always, I mean, they're the first ones, if there's anything going on in the community and they need to help out. I mean, they're the first ones right there. They helped out with the dog park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
And then I think we have, I think Caterpillar's helping out with some of like the tractor stuff.
Oh,
So that was from Mr. and Mrs. Mason. So thank you for that. And there's honestly been so many people that really helped out on this. And I'm totally forgetting a lot of people. But again, if I am, I apologize. But thank you for just stepping up and really helping our school out.
that's awesome.
And as far as What the Fudge, so I was looking up the website.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
understand they have a Fookie. Do we all know what a Fookie is?
Yes.
It's
I
a
don't.
cross between a cookie and fudge.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's,
Of course I know it.
I don't
Yeah.
even.
I've
Don't tell
never
me
heard of it.
anymore. Yeah.
I've had like 40 of them.
Oh.
yeah. And he's literally right across the
Sounds
street here from
really-
Creekside.
Yeah, he's actually a newer business, right?
Yeah. I think they've been around for a while, but this is his newer location is what
Oh.
I'm understanding. And like, super nice family there running it. And they donated Fookies and fudge to our staff meeting last week. So thank you again for that.
Ooh.
The teachers appreciated it.
You got the sample, huh?
Was it delicious?
Very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
it
Awesome.
sounds really good.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get started with our raffle. So, Mr. Penders, would you be so kind?
Sure. Francine San Nicolas Escolana.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you, Francine.
Yeah, I think she's one of your co-parents.
I believe she is.
Yes.
Oh,
she's
good.
So
one
thank
of
you,
her son
Francine.
tens.
Yay!
Very nice. Yay,
Congratulations,
congratulations.
Francine. And wait, so which prize does she get?
They actually get both of them, the pizza and the.
Oh,
Or did you guys want to do it separate?
no, let's just do two.
Oh, two separate ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So-
two people can win.
Since
So
she won
Francine
first-
choose.
Yeah,
since she
okay,
won
so
first, she can
Francine,
choose.
you get to choose. Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. And the other one goes out to Elena Bissett. Thank you for sharing, Elena.
Yay!
Yay!
Well, thank you guys. This has been such a fun episode, and you know, I have such a passion for our school district. All 12 of my kids that go to school here, really 6, not 12, but anyway. So you know, not just that, but just holistically, I love kids. You guys obviously have a great passion for your students and for just really holistically helping these kids to grow and develop, and you guys have done a phenomenal job, and we just thank you so much for your efforts and for your time today.
Yeah, and it's one last shout out. Just I want to thank the school board and Scott Leaman for being so supportive of our school, because they really are, and all the things we've done have had their backing, and it really helps. So thank you guys, appreciate it.
Yeah, Scott's awesome.
And then
Yes.
Lana Parr will leave the gift certificates up front in the office.
Okay, so if you won,
They can pick up after Tuesday.
Francine or Elena, come in after Tuesday and you can pick up your gift certificates. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us this week. And next week, our special guest is Matt with Far West Rentals. So, the perfect segue. So, anyway, we'll see you guys back live next week. Have a
Thank
good
you.
week.